What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back, family. Listen, we're back bigger, better than ever before. Season 2 has begun last week. You understand me? You're listening to the Power of Transformation, the Couples Podcast. You understand me? Maybe I said a little bit in too many words, but guess what? It's all good. You understand me? Welcome back to the Couples Pot, where we serve up the perfect mix of love, advice, and laughter to strengthen your relationship. I'm your boy, Ramon Carter, Dr. Carter, Pastor Carter, Elder Carter.
He back,
whatever
y'all.
Carter.
He's back.
You want to call me? Just don't call me Collect. Oh! That's a new one. That's a new one. I'm back.
He's back. He's back. All right, guys. I am Miko Carter, your host, his co-host, my husband's co-host. And today we're getting into a juicy topic, guys. And that's marriage, myth versus reality. Yes. So many couples walk into marriages expecting it to be based on a movie, social media, or even what they saw growing up, right? But they realize how real life is when it hits them, and they're like, wait, nobody told me nothing about this, right? Nobody ain't told me nothing about this.
Right, so today we're busting some of the biggest marriage myths and breaking down the real truth behind them.
Yes. Well, we'll also be sharing some personal experiences of our own and some tips on how to build marriages that's real and just not ideal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, all right.
You've been looking at me like that. You understand
All right. So let's just jump right into the first big myth.
Look, I'm saying if you're looking right directly in the camera or not. You understand me?
All last episode, so I don't see where the problem is. Don't get on here fussing
you understand
at me.
It's all good. It's all good on neighborhood. You understand me?
All right. So that's a myth. If you decide to do a podcast with your husband, everything gonna go smooth all the time.
That's a myth.
But reality is, it won't.
Oh, well, okay.
All right. So we're going to just jump right into the first big myth. Mm-hmm. And that is marriage is 50-50. Yes, the first myth.
Let's talk about it. This is one of the biggest myths. You understand me? About marriage being 50-50. You understand? This is one of the biggest myths out there. People think marriage is always a perfect split. Like I do my part, you do yours, and everything gonna stay balanced. You understand me?
But the truth is, marriage isn't about keeping score.
Yeah,
for real,
it's not.
For real. There will be seasons where one partner is giving 80%. The other time, one partner is giving 20%. Maybe your spouse is dealing with stress, right? Maybe they're ill, they're sick, or even just burnt out. Because I know I have my days, child. But the key is to be willing to step up when you are needed without any resentment, like at all. You don't want to have no resentment when it comes to that, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. You know, you got to understand. Sometimes you might feel like you're giving more, right? Mm-hmm. But if both people stay committed to the big picture, it balances out in the long run. You understand? So, you know, like for a story, right? We got a listener story, you feel me? A couple shares how one spouse had to take one more responsibility, while the other went back to school. But how their teamwork made them stronger, right? You know, happy couples never argue.
Right. Happy couples never argue. Now listen, if you've been in any relationship longer than a month, you'll know this one is definitely false, right?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Right? You'll know.
ain't no way two different people raised in two different households
Right.
are going to agree on everything. I'm sorry, but not sorry. It
Yeah.
ain't logical.
It's not logical, but the reality is healthy couples argue, right? And people don't talk enough about that. But healthy couples, when you're in a healthy relationship, right, you're gonna argue, right? But the difference is how they argue, right? How you argue. Are you arguing to win or to understand, right? Are you arguing to win the argument or are you arguing to have an
Right,
understanding?
right. And arguments don't mean your marriage is failing. Let me just throw that out there. You understand me? Arguments do not mean that your marriage is failing. An argument means you care, right? Silence is more dangerous than a disagreement. You understand? Instead, quick tip. Instead of saying you always or you never, try I feel, you understand me, to avoid that blaming language. Like, you know, I feel like this. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, we're not getting anywhere. I feel like this, you understand me? But I never had to do this. I never had to do that. You always doing this. You always doing that. No, I feel that, you know, it sounds a little bit more better.
And the crazy part about this is that's the initiative that I took, or I take rather. I learned that a while ago though. When you're in a relationship about that you always do this or you always do that or you don't never do this or you don't never do this. And when I'm coaching couples, I always try to explain to mainly the female, for the most part, because we the ones that normally point the finger. And I try to explain to them that you don't have to do that. You gotta, you know, when you expressing what it is that's going on, you always want to start off about I feel, not what you did or how you did it, but I feel when you do this, you make me feel this way. Right?
I had to learn that myself, you know.
But I do know this one thing, right? Another myth that they like to talk about is kids bring you closer together.
The
right?
devil is a liar. The devil is a liar.
I know this one sounds good in theory, right? Right? But let's be real. Kids will change everything. Oh my God. Kids will change everything.
Yes. Listen to me clearly. Kids are a blessing. You understand me? They are a blessing. They're so adorable. But they also bring stress. You understand me? They bring some stress. I mean, you understand? Kid will have the house divided. Oh, mama, can I do this? And mama say no. Then they go to daddy. And daddy say, okay. And then the mama come, I told them no. And you gonna tell me. Let me tell you something. Sleepless nights, extra responsibilities, and less alone time can actually put more strain on your marriage. Because when the kids come, you understand me, you might be wanting to get you something. They got to knock on the door, little snotty old kid coming on there. Then you might have adult children knocking on the door. Do. Man, I'm trying to get me something. That's going to be knocking on my door. Well, praise the Lord. Come back, Ramon. Come back. It's all good. All right.
Pray for him.
Yeah.
Pray for Ramon.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But that's why it's so important to prioritize your relationship, even after the kids come along, right? Like scheduling date nights, communicating about parenting styles, and don't forget to still be a husband and still be a wife, right? Not just a mom and dad. You still got to do this to your husband if you're a wife, and you still got to do this to your wife if you're a husband.
Yeah.
Right? You got to know how to keep that balance. You do. You have to keep that balance.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, and here's another myth. Watch this. Love is enough to make a marriage last.
And can I say this before you go into it? Right? He's saying love. That's another myth. Love is enough to make a marriage last. Now, I don't know if anybody know this, but this is what actually started our podcast, right? I remember coming home from work, right, and Ramon put a post up on Facebook, and it said, "Love isn't enough to make a marriage last." And when I saw that post, I got ballistic in my mind. I went crazy, right? And I immediately started an argument when I got home. I'm like, "What do you mean? Love is not enough to make a marriage last?" Yes, it is. It is enough to make a marriage last. Love is, and so we went back and forth. And then I got this notion in my head that we need to talk about it with other people. I need to find out how other people feel about this, and that's what actually led us into the podcast. You don't even remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember. You know, love is important, but you got to keep it real. As I say, keep it real, keep it gutter, keep it real, keep it Christ. Love alone ain't enough.
Ooh,
And
that's
I
some
remember,
words he said,
and I
Lord.
remember when that happened. I was listening to one of my
Miles,
mentors,
yep.
Dr. Miles Monroe, and he said, love doesn't keep a marriage. Because I used to love everybody I used to be with.
Right.
You understand? And I left. You understand?
Oh, wow.
He, according to Dr. Miles Monroe, and I quote, love doesn't make a marriage work. Knowledge does, right? The reason why you see so many couples that been married for 100 years, 50, the golden years and everything, because you understand, they got to know each other so much. And right after one passes along, it's not too long after the other passes, because they done built this life that they can't live without one another. You get to know one another, you grow in love, but you understand me, you got to grow and get to know one another. You got to know when she's sad. You got to know when he's glad. You got to know when they're feeling some kind of way, and vice versa. You know, so you got to get to know your person. You understand? Yes, you love your person. You understand me? But what about when your person is going through in the middle of a storm? You understand? You think, oh baby, I love you. No, you better get to your prayer closet. Praise the Lord. Let me go ahead on.
Ooh, you can go on, but you're right. That's exactly what it is. But a strong marriage also needs commitment, communication, forgiveness, patience, and shared values. You have to have all of that in a marriage in order for it to work.
Yeah, because people always talking about the fruits of the spirit, right? According to the Bible in Galatians, the fruits of the spirit. No, it's not fruits. If you say fruits, that's many. It's one fruit. That one fruit has everything in it: love, joy, peace, long suffering, temperance, self-control. You understand me? When you have a marriage, you got to have all of that into one. You understand me? You got to have the communication, the forgiveness, the patience, the shared values. You understand me? So let's be honest. There will be days when you don't feel in love. You understand me? You understand? That's where commitment kicks in. You feel me? Some days you ain't gonna feel in love. You understand? Me and my wife, we always got doggone. We ain't always, but you know there be some times like she way on her side of the bed. I know she feeling some kind of way. I'm on my side of the bed. You understand me? So I'm gonna just mosey on over there and I'm gonna put my arm around. You understand me? I'm gonna put my arm. I'm a spooner. You hear me, baby? Come here. You understand? And she gonna feel it, and I can feel her get a little snuggle up in there. You understand me? Come back, Ramon. It's all good. It's all good. Praise the Lord. Jesus wept.
Myth number 5. If my spouse really loves me, they'll know exactly what I need without me asking. Ooh, that's me. Ooh, that's me. The mind reading myth right there. So many people think if you really love me, you should just know what I want or what I need. Ooh.
That's a setup.
Wait, hold on. You ain't got to point at me because I already admitted to that.
Oh,
right?
all right.
So let's calm down a second because this is serious, right? I've already admitted to being that person without you pointing.
All right. I got you.
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's me. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head, but let me say, I got to say this. So all of these things happened before I actually got with you. To be honest with you, like this part right here about having to what it was, having like wanting that person to know what it is that I need from them and stuff like that.
Reading your mind.
Reading my mind, basically. Thank you. This, I already got all of this under wraps before me and you even got together. So I wasn't coming into this relationship or this marriage expecting you to read my mind. That's why I communicate with you about a lot of stuff. Like, I don't, if I have an issue, like, I thank God this is probably the first relationship that I ever been in to the point to where I can communicate about every little thing that I'm feeling. Everything. Because I don't expect you to read my mind. That's why when I feel some kind of way about something, I express that to you. I don't even want you to read my mind. I want you to know what it is, okay?
Yeah, your spouse is not a mind reader.
Nope. And it's a setup for what?
Failure. Set up for failure.
Exactly. And that's why communicating is the key. Speak up, express your needs, and don't assume that they should just know. Because that is not the case. They do not just know, right? So somebody sent in a story. Somebody said, I thought marriage would fix our problem, but we had to put in work. I believe that romance would always be spontaneous, but I learned that sometimes you have to plan for it. That's us. I assume we always agree on finances, but we had to learn how to compromise. Right?
Another story?
Yeah. So they said, I thought marriage would fix our problems, but we had, no, that's the same thing. They said that. That's all the same. No, that's all the same. That's all the same.
About to assume we agree with the finances and everything?
Yeah, so I did speak on that, but we can kind of go in depth a little bit about that. Because a lot of times
marriage is work.
Well, yeah, it is.
You understand? And for the men,
to cut to the chase, it is.
And one thing, listen, for the fellas seeking to get married, God ain't gonna give you a complete woman. You understand?
And God not gonna give you a completed husband.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
As God shapes and molds the man into whom the king that he's called to be. You understand? He's preparing him for his wife. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing and to obtain favor from the Lord. You understand? Meaning when he meets you, you have to already be a wife before you've become a wife. Oh, that's bars right there. That's a t-shirt. You gotta that's another t. You gotta already be a wife before you can become a wife. You understand? Yeah. You know, so
yeah, I mean,
so all right. So when I look back, when we first got together, my wife laid everything out on the table. She all of her expectation, what she expected of me. And I'm a guy like, you know, I like nice things, right? I like nice shoes. I love shoes. I like nice clothes. And when she came to my house and everything, one thing she said, if you go buy something for yourself,
that didn't go like that.
You best believe you better come back with two.
That did not go like
so
that.
So now I'm thinking, you understand me? I'm like, dang, I gotta spend $1,200 on some shoes. Now I gotta spend another. I'm like, oh my goodness, you understand me?
Quite like that.
Where I went?
I mean, not today. You were just so aggressive about how I came and said that. I think what happened was you actually came home with something for yourself, and normally. When I go out and I purchase anything, no matter what it is, I don't care if it's a candy bar to a bag of chips to a drink, right? To clothes, shirts, anything. Whenever I go out, and we was in relationship status, we wasn't married, of course. And I went out. Whenever I would go out, I would make sure I buy something for him as well.
Well, you didn't do that a few weeks ago, y'all. We got some shrimps and everything. You didn't bring me no shrimp back. She ain't bring me no shrimp back. You understand?
I'm talking about in the beginning, though. Hold on, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, so that's out the door now? All right,
it's not out the door.
Okay.
But I would normally do that, and I know, you would go out and you would come back with stuff, and I'm like, he do that quite often. So again, I wasn't expecting you to know what it is that I wanted or anything like that. So I communicated that. I said, listen, I ain't said how he said it, because people be thinking I'm the big bad wolf when it comes to my husband. That's not the truth, right? So what I said was, babe, I notice every time you go out, you come back with something just for yourself. I said, but think about it. When I go out, I don't go out and get nothing just for myself. I get something for you, me, and the children if possible. I don't just do for me and just for myself.
You're a good wife. You're a wonderful wife.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But so what I told him was, I think when you go out, you need to give for the both of us. Don't come back here with nothing for just yourself. That's kind of how I said it, but I didn't say it in an aggressive way like how Ramon put it. He made me feel. I'm sorry. He made me feel some kind of way. Y'all saw how he did. He put the mic to my face like down like that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you gotta talk to the mic.
I gotta stay in the mic. I'm
you gotta
sorry,
talk to the
y'all.
mic. You understand me? You know, and so and now we've been together a few years now. We've been married 3 years. 3 years.
You about to put us at 5-year mark. Huh?
Dang, 3 years. You understand? We've been married 3 years. We've been together what? 4 years. You understand? We got together 2020. 2020. Yeah, 2020. Got
That's
together in
when everybody
2020.
should have had clear vision.
Are you ready to dive deeper into the world of God? Introducing Scripture Unfolded, the podcast where Dr. Ramon Carter Sr. breaks down scriptures with clarity, insight, and a touch of humor.
1 Samuel chapter 8. Israel demanded.
Whether you are a seasoned believer or just beginning your faith journey, Scripture Unfolded offers fresh perspective, thought-provoking discussions, and inspiration to strengthen your walk with Christ.
Do you truly believe in God's promises for your life?
Tune in weekly, 7 a.m. on Facebook Live. And don't forget to subscribe to Scripture Unfolded today on all major podcast platforms. And let the world come alive. Are you searching for a safe and loving, nurturing environment for your little one? Look no further than Divine Footprints. At Divine Footprints, we provide quality in-home childcare with a focus on early childhood education. Our small, family-oriented setting ensures your child gets the individual attention they deserve and need. We offer structured learning, creative play, and daily updates through our app, keeping you connected to your child's day with photos, videos, and more. Enroll today and watch your child thrive at Divine Footprints. Call now to schedule a tour and secure your child's spot.
2020 vision. If you got into a relationship or you been either got married in a relationship in 2020, because that's when everybody's vision should have been clear, I know you're going to last forever. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, because you know, these past few years has been phenomenal. We've grown, we've learned, but here's the overall thing: we put God first. You
Always.
understand me? So we hope today's episode help you see that real marriage is even better than the myths.
Yes,
because
it is.
it's real. It's
Yep.
real.
It is, it is, it is. So here's our challenge for you this week, right? I want you to pick one of those marriage myths that we talked about that you believe, right? And talk to your spouse about how reality has been different, right? Talk about it.
You know, and if you're single or dating, you understand me, use this as a chance to set up realistic
Yes.
expectations
For your
a
marriage.
marriage.
Yes. Yes.
Because I would to will that all you brothers get married.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, yes. And before we go, guys, we want to hear from you, right? We want you to share your thoughts, any questions that you may have, or stories, right? And we want you to go to our Instagram. Matter of fact, go to our website at www.thecouplespot.com. That is TheCouplespot.com. So we want you to go there, and we might feature you in a future episode. So if you put in your thoughts or put in a comment or anything like that, we would greatly appreciate it. Of course, y'all know we're trying to grow our channel, right? And we're trying to get our viewers up, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us, of course, and watching and leaving comments and reviews and your thoughts and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so and don't forget, subscribe, share this episode, and leave a review. Again, you know, we'll be back next week with more love, laughter, and transformation on the couples pot.
Yes. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing,
And keep loving. Ooh, yeah.
Sweet sounds, blessing.
Join the royal culture, it don't cost a thing. We ready to give prayers to the Lord.
2020, the year my vision became clearer, not just in life, but in love. The year I stopped in relationships, stopped forcing, and stopped trusting, seeing beyond the surface past flaws, recognize their heart. And when I finally saw love clearly, that's when he crossed my path, not because I was searching, but because I was ready to receive the love that was meant for me. 2020, vision in love equals clarity, commitment, and connection. If you met your spouse in 2020 or got married in 2020, drop a heart
We help
in the chat.
relationships
We
and
love
fix
to
your dating
recognize
status.
you.
Come give a tune in to the podcast. We work like magic. I call that transformation. Come watch this transformation.